Story 1. So, story takes place back in middle school in 7th grade in history class, but I'll be referring to it as social studies because that's what the class was labeled as. But before I can tell a story, I must give some context and background for this to make sense. First thing you must know is that the middle and high schools were right across the street from each other with a main road in between. Because of this, at the end of the school year, the middle school does a little celebration called the Balloon Walk, which basically where the 8th graders go down the middle school driveway, cross a road, which is blocked off by police, obviously, because safety, and up the the driveway of the high school, kind of like a. It's kind of like a. I guess like kind of like being baptized, maybe, because like you've been kind of sworn into like the high school thing. I can do English today. I promise I can do English. Yeah, so it's kind of like that. And one year, back because I was in band, so like one year, the only year that the actual band teacher was teaching, because like the other 2 years, he had was on like a trip that took him the entire year, and then other time he had a newborn baby that took a fair amount of work to care for. I mean, obviously, but yeah. So like that year we decided to rickroll the 8th graders, and damn, we did a pretty good job on doing it. But anyways, one other thing you need to know is that I was in like a social studies class, but the class I had after that was band class, intermediate band, I think, which is like a 7th grade band. And the only way to get into the band room is by going out the front doors of the school, taking immediate right, and then going to like the first door you see. That was the only way to get into the band room. So keep that in mind. So we were just chilling in history class, social studies, doing our thing, learning some stuff, and then over the intercom we hear the lockdown announcement, like lockdown, locks lights out of sight. So I'm like, oh shit, like because like we usually get told like if it's like a drill or like we usually get told beforehand if like we're doing a drill. We did not get told anything. I'm like, oh shit, this is an actual lockdown. So I was kind of a bit scared, not gonna lie. And it turns out, I found out later that the reason for the lockdown is because, there was like someone found like a piece of paper with a threat written on it in the high school bathroom, in one of the high school bathrooms. And the reason why we, the middle school, went on lockdown is because since we're so close to each other, like literally right across the road, if the high school goes on lockdown, then the middle school goes on lockdown, and if the middle school goes on lockdown, the high school goes on lockdown, because just to be on the safe side. We were in lockdown for like when we got out of lockdown, like the lockdown lasted like the entire period and like into 15 minutes into like the next period. Like no, I think the lockdown actually went for like 30ish minutes. But then we went to something called a lock-in, which is basically where like business goes on as usual, but no one can leave or enter the building, which was a little bit of a problem for me because my next period required me to go outside the building. So I was kind of like 15 minutes late to band class. I know that's wasn't my fault that I was late, but I still feel kind of bad for being late. But yeah, got my throat. But yeah, we were in like lockdown for like a hour and a half. The high school, on the other hand, they were on lockdown past the end of the school day, which is insane. Looking back at it. So our next story is the time when I got stuck in Vancouver Airport. Not the Vancouver in the United States, Vancouver in Canada, by the way. So, the context, like, some background is that, I was just coming home from, a long flight, so, we were just coming back from England, spending some time with family there. We had to we chose to fly Air Canada, that was the last time we ever flew it, because of what happened. So we had to take 2 flights, to get from, London Heathrow Airport to Portland International Airport, or PDX. We had to take one from, London Heathrow to, Vancouver, which is like the longest one. Then we had to take a 1-hour flight from Vancouver down to Portland. The one day, Vancouver went fine. Nothing abnormal really happened on that one. Though, when we got to Vancouver, got through customs because been out of the continent, out of the country. But so we were just waiting in the terminal, waiting for a flight, and then we hear like, I'm sorry, but this for passengers boarding into flight number here, and there has been a delay due to mechanical problems. Like, bruh, I swear to God, like, great. So we wait, another delay. That happened several more times, and I'm saying, for passengers aboard Air Canada flight number whatever it was, your flight has been canceled due to mechanical problems. Like, like, I think we got there like around like 5 p.m. Like, at that, like when they canceled the flight, it was like around like 10 p.m. maybe. I don't remember exactly, I'm sorry. And like, bro. And the worst part about it is that they did not even rebook us onto another flight, which is insane. Like, come on. So, we were looking to, like, to see if there's like any, and so we were looking to find another flight to get home, and we saw like there was a Delta flight that went out to Salt Lake City, then went to Portland. So I'm like, yes. So that flight was like around 6:45 a.m. the next day. So like we were like pretty much up the entire night. Just we couldn't sleep at all. It's like, come on. Yeah, don't fly in Air Canada. They're not good. So our next story is about an FCST field trip gone wrong. So what basically happened was, if you don't know, FCST, or First Coast Student Transportation, is a Roblox school bus group, that has really good school bus simulators. I play them a lot. I have lots of videos on my channel of me playing, some of them. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend all of them, actually. And so this one, so the one what we're going to be talking about today is one called Middletown, Connecticut. I don't know if that's still up or not, but it's kind of like a smaller map. Sadly, it does not support custom buses, so I wasn't able to use my custom 2024 ICCE New York spec. Oh well. But so it was a field trip roleplay. So I joined the game, and I shit you not, 5 seconds into joining the game, I see a message pop up, like a little text box pop in the middle of my screen, with a certain slur. I'm like, bro, I can't put this on YouTube now. God damn it! And probably like 15 seconds later, my frames, which are usually insanely good, like all the time, drop from like they usually like 60 or like 100, like around 60, to like 1 frame per every like 5 seconds. Like, oh my god, what happened? Then like 2 seconds later, I get irritated by the loudest explosion I've ever heard in my life. I'm like, holy mother of god, what happened? And then I just get kicked along with everyone else. Like, what? So I just immediately go into the FCST Discord server. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And I'm like, exploits. I'm like, because like we've been dealing with exploits for a while at that point. Like, come on, stop exploiting the game. We want to play. We want to have fun. Let's have fun. yeah, so after that, like, immediately after that route, like, FTST basically went silent for, like, the next 4 months or so. Uh, so, here were, like, the most recent story at the time of me, recording this. It is the 2025 Twitch bot invasion. That's what I call it. This happened on Saturday, April 13th, 2025. This is also the only story I remember the date for. Surprisingly for the story, you don't actually need any context as long as you know what Twitch is the bot problem. Though I'm not talking about the free viewers bots because pretty much all of us already know about those. I'm talking about some other types of bots. I'm talking about raid bots and follow bots. So the story starts around the time I was ending a stream. I was streaming Fall Guys with my boyfriend for the first time, and we decided to raid another streamer called Southern Drake. I'll just be calling him Drake because that's what everyone calls him. So I raid out to him, which is a thing you can do. And I shoot, like 5 seconds after I raid him, he gets his first batch of the raid bots. Like, what raid bots do is basically they in mass batches, they raid into your channel with like a bunch of viewers, like quote unquote viewers, and my initial reaction for when that happened was like, oh god, what did I do? So I'm like, oh god. And the raid bots continue in batches, and the raid bots continue in batches for the entirety of your stream. There were 20 or so batches of them, which is just insane. So yeah, what happened? So we were getting kind of annoyed with it after the third or fourth batch. So he made alerts because the constant raid alert sound was getting kind of annoying. Give me a second. The funny part about this is that Drake would bring it on for reasons I will not list because kind of privacy reasons, and he asked for me not to share them. What I will say is that people usually do this to try and get streamers banned because Twitch will probably see as oh, this guy is trying to cheat the system and gain viewership by raiding into himself, even though that's literally not what happened this stream. Drake did nothing wrong, by the way. He's completely innocent. Just want to point that out there so you don't start pointing fingers at him because he doesn't deserve any hate. He's a very nice streamer. Fully recommend him. Makes awesome streams. Yeah, so Twitch will probably think you're trying to cheat the system by creating bot raids. And that's not all that happened during the stream though. A bunch of viewers, including me, got follow botted. This is when a bunch of bots follow you, which also has a chance of getting you banned because Twitch might think you're trying to gain publicity by following yourself multiple times with a bunch of bot accounts. Yeah, at the time of writing, it says I have 696 followers. How many do I have now? Let me check real quick. I have 1,702. And I only, now I only have 128 legit followers. Yeah, so it was a pretty stressful day. After Drake ended the stream, I made a post on my channel telling people like to add a bot called Storybot to the Twitch accounts immediately. After I made the post, I posted a link in some Discord servers. Trying to spread the word because I don't want any streamers to get negatively affected. That's the last thing I want. I want everyone to I want all streamers to be able to stream, and enjoy themselves, and not have to get worried about being banned because of all this. Because I just want they only stream because they want to stream, they enjoy streaming. I mean, most of the people I know only do it because they enjoy streaming. But yeah, and I bet and I don't want them to have that thing that they enjoy being taken away because people getting mad and doing stuff that they don't the streamers don't deserve. Yeah, so what Storybot can do, they can stop it can stop follow and raid bots from getting into your Twitch streams and stuff, which I found amazing. But the funny thing is that the way I found out I found out I got follow botted when I was going to actually mod Storybot, because that's one thing you have to do for Storybot to work properly. So yeah, one stream I directly told was my friend Vector, who'll probably know if you watch a lot of my streams. He canceled his stream that night because of all this, which was probably the best decision. Another streamer, Majestic Moonflower VT or Majestic Moon, still did their stream, but I was on high alert since I was also mod for their stream and I was fully ready to defend against any bots that appeared. Thankfully, they had Storybot, which probably saved them from being affected. It seemed like the raid bots were stopped since I was watching stream on the morning of me writing this, and no raid bots appeared. But just to be safe, still add Storybot to your streams. I mean, even if you don't stream, just add it to your Twitch account, because I don't think you want it to get banned for something you didn't do. If you don't know how to how to add Storybot or what to do to add it correctly, I'll give you a basic rundown of how to do it. So I'm just gonna show you all firsthand. Let me just go into this real quick. Give me a second. Okay, so so you have to go to Storybot website. Then you also want to go to the Storybot Twitch channel. And don't worry, you don't need to follow Storybot for it to work. You just need to do some commands in chat. So first of all, you want to go to Twitch channel chat. And welcome in Blue Canary. Cats cannot be fed tuna exclusively. It lacks taurine, an essential nutrient required for good feline health. Make sure you have the proper vet supplies to keep your cat happy and healthy. Nice. So you want to go here. Yeah. Welcome to the stream, Blue. So first, you want to do is and do mods Storybot. make sure you put Storybot in all lowercase, include the underscore between Storybot. Then you want to go back to Storybot's Twitch chat. Frick. Hold on. Guessing I have to use my main account. But yeah, I did it, but it didn't remove all of them. So I'm just gonna. So what you want to do is do. What you want to do is go to frick. You want to go here. And first command you want to do is, yeah, I think I have that enabled. Which is /join. So you want to do /join. I already have it joined, so I'm not gonna do it. What you want to do is like join will frick, I guess I don't have it enabled, but first thing you want to do is do !join, which will let the bot join your channel. Then if you want to move follow bots, which I'm pretty sure you do want to, is run ! follow bots. This will monitor your account follows even when you're offline. For exit protection when you're offline, run offline lock. In Storybot's chat to enable shield mode after streams. Shield mode is Twitch's powerful protection feature. It can prevent new accounts from chatting, require phone verification, or block first-time chatters. You can customize shield mode settings in your Twitch dashboard. Yeah, so that's what you need to do to keep yourself safe and with Storybot. And before we move on, I just want to give a shout out to all my amazing followers and people who support me over on Twitch and on YouTube, such as my real followers, not like my 1,600 like bot followers. So I want to give a big thank you to Blue Canary, Ismello, Joseph Medland 5, Kurita, Brilliant Doge, Necromancer, Marshall, my boyfriend, Scarex, Starred Speckle Abyss, Phantom, Otto, You Tell Him Steve, Kent Red Gamer, Just Player, Maxo, a new Davis Boy 5557, Carrier 2, Whiplash Games, Drift into Madness, Alice John, Dark Whisper, CC Nakona, Yoshi Pink, which is not an account of mine, don't trust me, as well as Snowfall Device, Kiri, Corpse Wiki, Wiki Kid, Blizzard Paws, Poke Gamer, Yuan, Holland King went out, Enoy, Cube Shake Ducks, Orphanal Fox, I can't pronounce one of their names, Manny, N88DJ, Oberon, Hello Guys, Harambe, Vincent Train, The Cat, 467, Matthew Plain, Frogboy 101, Vector, Inks Babe, Alicia, Rezi, Kenneth Fox, Smeef Live, Jennifer, Ayomi, Marzi, Fennec, Tech Otter, Feckle TV, Lobotomized Rose, Ava Mile, DD Asif, Jonah Crack Streams, Luna Mare 53, Moistfish, Sandy Boy, Amanda Gaming, Love 1234143, Silly Dragon, Wolf 500, and my other 2 followers. Some of my followers are also actually streamers themselves, and I'll link their channels in the description down below of this video. And go show them some well-deserved love, because they're truly amazing and I appreciate all of them. Our 5th and second to last story we have for today's stream is Ryanair, just a story of my experience, a story about my only experience with Ryanair so far. And it did not go the way I thought it would. But it did not go the way you thought it would go either. If I'm remembering this correctly, it was a flight to Venice from, I think, Britain. I may be wrong, can't remember exactly what airport we took off from. And I'm sure all of you have heard about Ryanair and its infamous hard landings. But there is a reason behind this hard landings, and it's probably not what you expect. First of all, the Boeing 737, the plane that Ryanair operates, is actually made for hard landings. Its landing gear and fuselage will hold up during hard landings. And also, first of all, Ryanair has a very strict ground time limit. Some sources say it's 35 minutes, some say it's a bit longer. I'm not sure exactly because it's conflicting sources. And anyway, because of the limited ground time, they land hard, which will make the airplane stop faster, which can mean shorter taxi distance and less fuel used. One thing I did not know before I learned the reasoning behind the hard landings, that the Boeing 737, which is meant to be landed hard, as I said earlier. And it will not damage the plane anyway. We don't talk about Ryanair 4102 though. Another interesting thing about Ryanair is they operate a very unique version of the 737. Their custom version of the 737 has built-in steps that can retract into the fuselage, which is interesting and I find really fascinating. This is because Ryanair sometimes stops at smaller airports, which may not have jetways, which is kind of little bridge you walk on from you walk on to get from the terminal to the actual plane. If you did not know that, now you do. The built-in steps, is Ryanair's fixed for that reason, because obviously the plane is not low enough to the ground for you to walk on it without having to use some steps. So yeah. And they just fold into right beneath the front left exit door, which is a door you load onto your plane in. And anyways, back to the story. So boarding went well. Surprisingly, the seats were worse than I expected, and I already had very low expectations for Ryanair seats. And while we're taxing, we heard the infamous, "Thank you for choosing Ryanair. Last year, over 90% of our flights arrived on time." And the rest of the flight was uneventful. And finally, it became time for landing. So I opened up a window, and when we were getting close to the runway, I mentally braced myself for impact, but I felt nothing. Yeah, for once, Ryanair did not actually have a hard landing. I did feel firm, but not hard, which surprised me a lot. So, Ryanair picked the wrong pilot, so I'm kidding. I'm sorry. And we love all pilots. So, yeah, I was impressed with Ryanair. What FPV do I use? I use Quake Pro. It just feels more comfortable for me. Alright. Now for a final story. Our final story is about the time I got stuck in Philadelphia airport. Doesn't this sound familiar? Well, this story is actually related to the Ryanair story, because this was our second flight home on that same trip. So we were taking 2 American Airlines flight home, one from Britain to Philadelphia, then Philadelphia down to PDX. So the one to Philadelphia went well. Nothing major really happened. We get off the plane. We get to the gate for our second flight from Philly to PDX. So security was as best you could get in Philadelphia, because the TSA officers treat you like shit. Alright, thank you for the look. So security wasn't the best. I personally prefer PDX TSA, because the TSA officers in Portland International Airport are amazing. I love them. I'm totally not biased because that's my home airport. So yeah, so I'm waiting at the gate. I just checked my YouTube and such when I hear that there has been a gate change. In my mind, my mind immediately goes back to that time when I got stuck at Vancouver Airport in Canada. So I decided to move to the next day. After waiting a bit longer, they say there was a bit of a delay. But unlike the time in Canada, we weren't stuck there for an entire fucking night. So after that single delay, we get into the plane. So since I'm in business class, that was actually my first time flying business class. I flew first class from Britain to Vancouver. Not Vancouver, Britain to Philadelphia. Which was one of the best flights, one of the best rides I've ever had. First class was amazing, obviously. So I was one of the first ones on the plane. And it was raining quite hard outside, by the way, so keep that in mind. So I sat home to my seat, and I got immediately set up for the flight. If I remember correctly, there was a bit of rain, I think. And it was a nighttime flight as well, so it was kind of dark out. I think we got around, on the plane, around 7 p.m.-ish. And we were scheduled to get to Portland International Airport around 9 p.m. Keep those times in mind. So after everyone is boarded and we start taxiing, and we suddenly just stop. I'm like, okay, maybe there's just a bit of a queue, because that sometimes happens. And then the captain comes on the PA and says that New York ATC has them in the hole because of the weather, and is planning a new route for them to try and avoid the weather. And he's doing the best he can to get us to our destination as soon as possible. Before we go any further into the story, I just want to thank the pilots of that flight and the cabin crew so very much. They were really trying their best to keep us relaxed and try and keep us relaxed and help us in any way we could. They were amazing. Even though even through this kind of annoying situation. So I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Yeah, just some massive shout outs to them. Massive shout outs. during the flight, the entire cabin crew was like very understanding, and they just said, doing everything they could take us home and take care of us. The pilots kept one engine running, so the plane still had power and Wi-Fi, so we could do stuff like be on our phones, and they also let us take our phones out of airplane mode, so we could chat, and the cabin crew was serving drinks and snacks to everyone. Again, massive shout out to the cabin crew and flight crew in general. So anyways, we're waiting a bit, and it's going on for around 3 hours, and around 10 p.m. we can finally take off. And when the captain said that they are clear for takeoff, everyone immediately starts clapping. And I managed to get a bit of sleep last night, and we got home at 1 a.m. And for you aviation nerds, the plane that I was flying from Philadelphia to Portland was the Airbus A321neo. So if you're wondering. And I think that's all the stories I have for today, but I'm going to be on the show for a bit longer. Hope you guys enjoyed the stories. Okay. Ooh, that was a lot. Also, that took less time than expected. Holy crap. I thought it would actually take more time. Guess I was wrong. Also, if you guys have any other stories that you want to share with me, feel right ahead. Always happy to listen to your own stories. And for you who are watching video on YouTube, also feel free to share your stories in the comment section. I'll also be happy to hear the stories that you guys post in the comments. But for now, YouTube, peace out and see you guys later.